some social media challenges aren't just weird, they're straight up dangerous. Today we're going to talk about challenges that went way too far, putting lives at risk and proving that clout can cost more than just embarrassment. Stay until the end, because some of these challenges still secretly exist today. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button right now if you never want to accidentally scroll into one of these cursed trends on your feed. Trust me, some of these could ruin your life in just seconds. Let's start with one of the most infamous, the Tide Pod Challenge.
Trends that should have never been trends. PT10, the Tide Pod Challenge. This trend began in January 2018, when Theruns1669 posted a video on YouTube. Consuming these, they are laundry pods, designed to make laundry easier, but look similar to a hide sweet, although one of these might not cause too much harm. Challenging yourself to eat a lot can send you to the ER. 7,000 children ate the pods from 2012 to 2013 and were poisoned and sent to hospital. 61
This was when people started daring each other to bite into laundry detergent pods on camera. It sounds so ridiculous that you'd think no one would actually do it. But videos started going viral of teens putting the pods in their mouths, acting like it was candy for shock value. Platforms quickly banned the videos, but by then, the damage was done. Some people ended up in the hospital just for a few seconds of attention. Then there was the Skull Breaker Challenge.
Trends that should have never been trends. PT3, the Skull Breaker Challenge. This challenge or trend started in South America, 2020, and you would need 3 people to participate. 1 person in the middle, jumping as high as they can, and 2 people on sides, kicking jumper. The idea of the game is to make the jumper fall by kicking their feet while they are jumping, and as the game suggests, you can certainly break your skull, your spine, or your neck. Many have been sent to hospital trying the trend with serious injuries.
This one was disguised as a prank, but it was far from funny. 2 people would convince a third person to jump in the air, and while they were mid-jump, the other 2 would kick their legs out from under them. The victim would fall flat on their back or head. No blood or gore needed to explain why that's terrifying. Head injuries, concussions, and hospital visits, all for a viral TikTok video. Another creepy one was the Blue Whale Challenge. Unlike other trends, this wasn't about filming yourself doing something dumb. It was a secret challenge that supposedly had a hidden administrator messaging you tasks each day.
Trends that should have never been trends. PT6, the Blue Whale Challenge. This trend originated in Russia, 2016. How it worked was a stranger with this PFP, which I am not going to show. A man disturbingly dressed up as Goofy would message you, asking you if you would want to play a game. If you said yes, the stranger would give you a series of challenges, harmless at first, but then they would ask you to hurt yourself. Eventually, they would ask you to end your life, and if you refused, they would find where you live and do it themselves. Please, if you ever see a message, tell your mom or dad, and don't reply. Be safe.
Starting out harmless, but getting more sinister over time. People said the final task was deadly. While some reports were exaggerated or unconfirmed, the idea alone was terrifying. A trend that manipulated vulnerable people through fear and mystery. Remember the fire challenge?
The dumbest TikTok trends to ever exist. For the fire trend, people would put a flammable liquid on their body and then set themselves on fire! Now, originally, people were just doing simple stuff like hand sanitizer, and if you know how to do it right, it can make a really cool trick. But people on this app were being stupid and using liquids like gasoline. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, there's no way people were dumb enough to do that. Oh, no. people were dumb enough to do that, sweetheart. There was a trend where people would mix jelly, hand sanitizer, bleach, and shaving cream in a Ziploc bag and hold it up to their eye, thinking that it would change their eye color. And people genuinely believed that this worked. Now, baby girl, I hate to break it to you, but a bunch of random ass items from CVS does not change your eye color. The art of fractal wood burning had its own trend on TikTok for a while. This is an art of designing wood that uses a very high voltage tool and should only be done by professionals, because if you up, there can be very bad consequences, like setting your house on fire, which is exactly how multiple people who tried this died.
This was exactly what it sounds like. People poured flammable liquid on themselves and set it on fire before quickly trying to wash it off or pat it out. Many challenges can be risky, but this one crossed the line into pure danger. It didn't matter if it was for views, dares, or to prove bravery. It ended with people burned, scarred, and traumatized. The choking challenge, also known as the pass out challenge, is one of the scariest because it's still happening today under different names.
Hey, that shit ain't work, bro! That shit did not work!
People film themselves cutting off their oxygen to feel dizzy or euphoric for a few seconds before regaining consciousness. But the brain isn't designed to handle that. Or X-Watcher XX.
Let's talk about
Charles needs help.
So basically, in 2022, there was this TikTok account called Charles Needs Help. Many people thought that it was weird because the account was calling for help. A couple days after the account was made, there appeared to be a video. The video was like what a Charlie fan page account would post, but instead with a sound that got people's attention. Here's the video.
Caroline, you are in terrible danger.
You probably think this was a dream come true, but you're wrong.
I think that Maria is her actual name and that she's telling people that she is in danger. Also, if you look a bit closer in the video and look at the caption, you would see these hand gestures, along with creepy hashtags. Here was the caption. Creepy, right? Anyways, it has been 2 years since she has posted, so I think the Charles case was forgotten.
The videos always have shaky footage, dark music, and dramatic captions like, "He found me." But here's the truth. It's almost always staged. These fake stalker trends are designed to scare younger players and farm views, but they also create panic. People start reporting random users for no reason, or they get afraid to even join public servers. And the scariest part? Sometimes players will become the fake stalker just to feel powerful. So next time you see one, ask yourself, is this real or just someone trying to go viral? Or worse, is someone trying to mess with people for fun? Then there's the disturbing roleplay trends. Some creators post videos of sad Roblox stories where characters fake tragic events, like fake deaths, fake abuse, or extreme bullying.
Roblox hackers that had passed away. Death Dolly. So Death Dolly wasn't like any other Roblox hackers. After Death Dolly's mom had passed away, she went crazy and started hacking. She started hacking games and people that were mean to her. Those things made Death Dolly so popular back in 2019 to 2020. This made Death Dolly go further and she started leaking mean people's passwords. But in June or July it went horribly wrong. Death Dolly had passed away due to a very bad car accident. This made the sister of Death Dolly saying thrice in Death Dolly's bio. This made a lot of people sad knowing that Dolly had passed away. Now I don't really know if I am saying it right, but correct me if I'm wrong. May Death Dolly rest in peace. Stay safe out there.
All acted out in Brookhaven, Adopt Me, or other popular games. At first glance, they might seem like harmless skits, but when you think about it, it's actually kind of messed up. It normalizes these situations in a game meant for fun. Even worse, the comments are often full of young kids who think this is normal or funny, or who try to copy these scenarios in their own roleplays. And let's be real, the acting is usually bad, the stories are unrealistic, and they just exist to farm likes and sympathy. Why is this still a thing? Would you want younger players thinking this is how you get attention? Ask yourself, is this teaching anything good or just spreading weird messages? And we can't forget the dangerous dares or challenges. Some TikToks encourage players to join sketchy games at 3 a.m.
Most horrible challenges. The Gauntlet Challenge. So the Gauntlet Challenge was mostly popular back in 2018 to 2019. To win this challenge you need to watch 5 or 20 clips of disgusting things. This can be like humans and animals being SK1 alive, or being killed. If you pass the first clip then the second clip gets even more worse. Mostly of the people who did the Gauntlet Challenge didn't pass. This was because mostly of them had a weak stomach, but there were also people who made it, but they will never forget what they saw. I recommend you not to do this challenge if you have a weak stomach. If you want to do it, then do it at your own risk. I warned you, stay safe out there.
Or do things like delete your best item for good luck, or trust this random player with your password. Yes, people still fall for that. These challenges might look harmless or fun on video, but they can get people scammed, hacked,